Gracie was married to Hank and then invited Oz and his children, Tallulah and Merlin, along with his girlfriend Valerie. They lived together for 4 years, all in this sort of little happy commune. And Gracie had sex with both of the guys. Gracie then grew closer to Oz. Hank got closer to Valerie. And so you went off with different partners, and now Gracie and Oz are married and continuing the open relationship. I think that sort of tells the story, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah, that was beautiful. I'm so glad you told that story and I didn't have to. It's 4 a.m. over here.
So this is an ethical non-monogamy relationship. OK, so just explain what that means, because this is very, very transparent, but it doesn't actually mean that anything goes, does it?
That's right. We do a lot of talking and we make clear agreements. And ethical non-monogamy means that you can be multi-partnered, you may have sex or romance out of your relationship, but everybody knows what's going on and it's transparent and there's full consent.
So I think the quote that I really like about it...
yeah, you carry on.
Is that people think that ethical non-monogamy or polyamory means anything goes. It doesn't, but it does mean that anything is negotiable.
OK, which you say
we talk a lot, we negotiate a lot.
Yeah, important in a relationship, to talk in any relationship, important to talk. So how does it work then? How do you find your partners, pick your partners, meet your potential partner to stay safe? Because obviously you can't just sort of wander out and pick anybody up.
You know, there are online communities, there are support groups that we have, meetups that we have. It's a fairly large polyamorous community in San Francisco. So we meet people different ways.
And I think, I mean, there's a lot of people doing it, but they're very closeted. So, you know, this is something that you don't really tell your boss at work, or you know, don't tell your church community or whatever. So
yeah, there's a lot of closet, and that's why online communities are popular, a big way of meeting people.
And you say that it makes you a better mother. I think that's the bit that surprises people. Why would living this sort of relationship do that?
You know, there are a lot of ways. I mean, when I was in love with Hank and in love with Oz, and we created this family together, I was so proud of what I role modeled to my kids. I role modeled that you can be in a long-term relationship, a loving relationship, and your needs can change, and you can openly and honestly get what you need and talk to people and communicate. And polyamorous people, we spend a lot of time studying communication and boundaries, and those are all really good things with parenting. Well, I use those same skills all the time.
What about jealousy? Because interestingly, you say that there is jealousy within the relationship when one or other of you goes off and spends time with another partner.
Yeah, that's right. But I guess we maybe see it a little bit differently. That jealousy is you know, stirs the drink. I guess it brings us to a level of appreciating the other person and not wanting to lose them. It kind of keeps us on our A game.
It shows investment, and I think some polyamorous people try to get past jealousy. I think that jealousy can give you a lot of information about what you can handle, about how you want to set up your relationship. So I never ignore jealousy. We work with it. I may say to Oz, you know, this situation makes me feel really threatened, and we'll really dissect it and we'll really work with it. Ownership mentality is different from jealousy, and I think that can be toxic. That is, I own you, I need to control you, your behavior reflects on me. That isn't really a part of polyamorous relationships, but I think healthy polyamorous...
There's been times, hasn't there, where you've actually shut down your relationship and you've sort of gone, right, we're not going to do this with anyone else, it's just us. Why would you reach that decision if this works so well?
You know, there are times that we've closed our marriage. It's happened more organically, that we just need to focus more on each other, we need to focus more on our children, or... and it's just a natural part of it. I think, you know, I mention that a lot of times in articles because I think the misconception that people have of these kind of relationships is that they're out of control and people get to do whatever they want to do. And it's really not that way at all. There's a lot of communication, a lot of agreements.
What about, and I sort of briefly touched upon it earlier on, you know, sort of sexual health and stranger danger, you know, that sort of thing. How do you stay safe?
Well, how do we stay safe? We practice safe sex. We don't get involved in situations where it might be unhealthy, it might be less safe sex. I don't know, how would you answer that question? How do we keep things safe?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think with any kind of, you know, sexual interaction, there is risk, but we try to be as careful as possible with what we do and how we do it.
We've only got about 30 seconds left, unfortunately, but just that final question: is monogamy monotonous?
Is monogamy monotonous?
Yeah.
You know, I think monogamy is great. A lot of people do it. It works well for them.
I think our hope is really that people can look at our story and see that you can do a relationship that makes sense for you and you don't necessarily have to conform to these hidden rules. I was amazed at, when I started this, how many rules I had from my parents' relationship or from my community's relationship. And our hope is that people can do, if you choose to do monogamy, that's great, but just do it consciously and make a relationship that is your special relationship.
Okay.
Because relationships
Thank
are so
you
important.
very, very much for joining
Pleasure.
us today.
Thank you.
Lovely
Fascinating.
to speak to you.
Thank you very much.
For more of the same, just click here, and don't forget you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
You know, a lot of men that do suffer from body image issues, not just women. It's a universal problem that a lot of us have, and it's something I still struggle with, especially since I've become pregnant. My body's changing. I'm kind of having to like readjust to this new body. But growing up, it was really hard because of being bullied. But I learned very quickly that you have to surround yourself with people that are positive and that support you